Hey guys, my name is Jonathan, and today I'll be doing an unboxing on my brand new Denon AVR-X1800H AV receiver. I'm very excited about this receiver, and I will be using this to replace my current receiver, which is a Sony, what was it again? It was a STR DH770. This one was is a 4K 7.2 channel receiver. It has done me well, and I purchased it back in 2017 for about $200, and it is 2023 now, and it looks like the capabilities of this receiver are just not up to par to what's in the market nowadays, such as the 8K and even the 4K 120 hertz, as well as the Dolby Atmos. This was a very good receiver regardless, and I used it when I didn't have a house and I had it powering these same speakers in my bedroom, along with four clipped 4-inch speakers on the ceiling. But now that it's at my house, I currently don't have any ceiling speakers, but I do plan on installing some clipped ceiling speakers for them to utilize the Dolby Atmos. But for now, this 3.1 setup will do until I get those ceiling speakers. But yeah, very excited about it. I bought this. It was original price about $749.99, and I got it on Black Friday / Cyber Monday deal. On the Denon website, I was going for $549.99, so it was about $200 off. I ended up ordering it through Amazon because Amazon usually, whatever the lowest price is online, they will post that. And just because of the sake of the simplicity of the returns and how fast it comes in, I went ahead and ordered it through Amazon. So it was $549.99 shipped plus tax. But without further ado, let's go ahead and start with the unboxing. All right, guys. So like what I said, I bought this on Amazon, so I know you guys see that. I'd rather not talk about it because my OCD is gonna really fucking kick in. So let's just try to avoid looking at that and talking about that. Regardless, Denon's a good brand, and I know that they probably package it real well. Amazon has a good return policy on stuff like this, so I'm absolutely not worried. I haven't opened this up yet, so this is sealed from the factory. That's the only downside, is they did ship it with the actual box and not a box within a box. I'm not sure if I ordered directly from Denon if they would have done that, but regardless, that shouldn't be an issue. I'm not going to keep the box anyways. So let's go ahead and open her up. So this is going to be my first Denon product. I've never purchased Denon before. I'm actually a Sony guy. I grew up on Sony. Back in the 90s, my father worked at Sony here in San Diego. In the factory, he was an industrial electrician / mechanic. And that was back when there was picture tubes. And when we were young, he always had Sony products. Sony, you know, back when there was no surround sound and it was just a two-channel receiver. He had a nice 2-channel receiver. He had some big speakers that stood on the ground with like a 12-inch woofer. It was pretty crazy, and I just grew up on that and I stuck with that. But looks like Sony, their quality now, not as good in my opinion. The receivers look exactly the same throughout the years, and I just think that I want to lean more towards a company like Denon that focuses on sound and not so much Sony, which has receivers, TVs, speakers, PS5s, you know, and then the movie industry, music industry, and all that. So, all right, I'm very excited about this, guys. All right, I haven't seen this in a while. The FM or AM antenna? Yeah, AM antenna. Wow, I remember seeing this back then when I was a kid. My parents used to have this on top of the TV when they used to listen to the radio. But who listens to the radio nowadays? It's all online, streaming online. So here's a quick start guide. Comes with a manual. That AM antenna. Well, that's nice. It comes with labels for your cables. So you can label your cables. That's actually really cool. And you can even label your HDMI cables. That, I didn't know that was going to come with that. I'm actually impressed by that. It's a nice touch. Here's the remote. Just go ahead and take it out of the packaging actually. Wow, it's a nice finish. Looks Looks like a wood grain finish. Comes with batteries, but I'm not going to use these. I have some Duracells. Let me go grab that real quick. Didn't know if they were AA or AAA. I usually just put nice batteries right from the get-go because sometimes cheap batteries leak, and I do not want to clean that off or any corrosion. So I always like to put high-quality batteries like from Duracell or Energizer right off the bat. I never use the batteries that come with it. It's free for a reason, you know? All right, so I was hoping to see if this lights up. I'm not sure. It has that clearish looking button, so I'm hoping it lights up, but I guess it doesn't. Maybe there's a feature on it or some buttons that you can make it light up, but from right now, what it looks like is it doesn't light up. Only when you press a button that lights up, but it's usually nice when these light up. But regardless, more than likely not gonna use this remote at all, since I'll only be using it for when I watch YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus on TV, and then it's gonna be feeding the audio signal through the ARC channel, or ARC, however you pronounce it, and PS5, which I don't even play PS5. My girl does. She's a gamer, whatever. But I want. So yeah, but like what I said, this shouldn't matter. So I'm not really worried about this remote. Comes some more stuff. This appears to be the microphone stand for the Odyssey thing right here. This comes with like a little cardboard tripod. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use this during my initial setup right now, because since I only have a 3.1 speaker setup, it's all basically coming from the same distance. So I'm probably gonna save doing this Odyssey calibration when I have the ceiling speakers for the Dolby Atmos. So that's that. And here's that Odyssey microphone. Let's check it out. I'm new to this stuff. I'm used to setting up the levels manually. Just sitting in the center of the room, wherever you plan on sitting when you watch TV, and just adjusting the levels that way using a test tone. But all right, wow. So this is the microphone. Looks like it receives audio through here on top, and it sits on the tripod, and this I believe plugs in either to the front or the back. So that is this. Let's put this over here. So yeah, I'm not too worried about that damage on the front. I don't think the receiver got damaged. But yeah, here is the actual receiver. Let's pull her out. Let's take that phone out. And then set her down. Put this aside. Oh wow, very excited. And I was actually contemplating on getting a higher model with, because with an analog to digital converter, so that if you hook up just the yellow RCA video cable, that'll bump it up to HDMI. Or even one that just does pass through, just in case I ever want to have a VCR. Whoa. Wow, that actually looks. Okay. Okay, so it has like a little bronze gold look to it. I thought it was silver from the pictures. The writing on these. Let me take it off of that. Alright, hold on. Before I take it out, let me take out this power cord. Uses a basic 2-prong cable. Sorry about that, my alarm. Let me turn that off. Wherever my alarm is at. Alright. So there's a 2-prong cable. It's actually a pretty heavy gauge. It looks like this consumes a lot of power because it more than likely packs a punch. It is 80 watts per channel. That's a lot of power, especially considering that the subwoofer that uses the most power has its own amplifier, and this is just to power the floor standing speakers in the center and the ceiling speakers. That's more than enough power. That's enough power to blow your speakers, even if you had a good set. All right. Wow, now that's a beautiful receiver. Okay, has a USB port in the front. This is where you plug in that Odyssey mic, headphone jack. I always wondered, why do the new receivers don't have an HDMI port in the front? I noticed that. It's very hard to find one with the HDMI port in the front. If not, there's none at all. Like, what if you wanted to hook up your laptop to it? You know, just you want to be able to just plug it in and then set it on top of the receiver, or you know, if you want to play a movie through your laptop or a video. I don't understand why they don't put an HDMI port in the front. That would be a real nice feature. But yeah, it looks like you can charge up to 1 amp via USB. Man, this is nice. Now let's take a good look at the back where all the business is at. Now this is the main thing. You know it's a good quality receiver when it has these kind of speaker output jacks. When it has those ones that you push in, yeah, no. That's how you know this packs a punch. It's meant for higher gauge cable, nicer connection, and accepts the more expensive banana style plugs, which is what I have. I'll show you guys during the install. This one doesn't have any yellow RCA video input, S-video, or composite video input. I was leaning towards getting one of those just in case I'll end up getting a VCR for the old home movies when I was a kid that maybe my mom wants to watch or my dad wants to watch or show the family, but who the fuck has a VCR nowadays? So it probably doesn't even matter. The earlier version, the X1800H, did have input for the yellow RCA video, and it wasn't digital, analog to digital conversion. It wasn't converting it to HDMI, but it was passed through, and I was actually leaning more towards getting that because of that feature, and it was cheaper during the sale. It was about $475 if I'm not mistaken, but it was the 2021 model, and I just want to make sure that this is going to be compatible with all the stuff that I'm going to be using it for, especially now that the TV is updated and we got the PS5. And let me actually show you guys one of the reasons why I actually was in the market for a new receiver. So let me go on find the remote. Where did that remote go? What the hell? Alright, get that remote. So let me actually go, I have the PS5 on. I wanted to show you guys why. So we have the PS5. Okay, so the PS5 is capable of HDR. I also have a TV that's capable of HDR, 4K, 120 hertz. And I want to obviously use the receiver. You know, I want to connect the PS5 directly to the receiver and then have the receiver connect to the TV via the HDMI, ARC, or ARC. But I wasn't able to play full resolution and full HDR. I mean, don't get me wrong, the quality was still amazing, but I wasn't making use of this TV. This is a LG C2, a 65-inch TV, and this is able to, it's an OLED too, so this is able to produce very good picture quality. But as you can see, I'm at 2160p, 120 hertz. When I turn on HDR, always on, it doesn't let me. It says resolution is set to 1080p. I mean, shit, it says it's set to 1080p, and it's just confusing. And I know it's because of the receiver, because when I connect the HDMI cable directly to the TV, it doesn't do that. So that's one of the biggest reasons why, and it was just time to upgrade. It's been about 5 years. It's had its use. I could probably sell this for a quick $100, $200 when I actually bought it for $200 back in Black Friday of 2017. So, you know, it's all good. So I'm not even tripping. So Another thing I noticed is that it has antennas. This is for Wi-Fi. I'm probably never going to use the network capabilities of this receiver, but I'm still going to route an Ethernet cable and connect directly to Ethernet. I don't like, as much as possible, I don't want anything wireless. My TV's hooked up to an actual cable. The PS5 has its own dedicated cable that runs to an Ethernet switch. It's just me being OCD again. I'm going to have a dedicated cable for this. Probably never going to fucking use it either. So yeah, that covers that. Let me actually go ahead and let me turn off this PS5 and we'll install it and we'll, you know, do a little test run of this shit. Alright, how the fuck? See, I'm telling you, man, I don't even know how to turn this thing off. This is not. I bought this PS5 for my girl. She likes playing Call of Duty and shit. I don't even know how to use this. Turn off PS5. Alright. So we'll go ahead and power this down. Okay. It's gonna be the last time this is ever powered up, unless I connect it so a buyer can test it out and hear it on these lovely speakers before buying it. Okay. So I just have a 3.1 setup. It uses these banana cables, so they just pull right out. Okay. Let's see here. So that was the center, front right floor stander, and the front left floor stander. This is my HDMI cable. Don't mind the hole. This is a work in progress. I have this, if you can see, this is a HDMI keystone adapter. And I'm gonna actually put a 6-port adapter here for this HDMI. Not 6-port, maybe a 4-port. For this HDMI, 3 other or 4 other Ethernet ports and some other things. So this is temporary, don't worry about that hole. But I want it to be where no wires come out. I wanted to have like a bulkhead connection where you can plug in and remove it without wires sticking out when you have your stuff out. Also looks nice if you're ever gonna sell the house or rent the house out, that it's, you know, ready to go and they can see that there's a bulkhead jack for the Ethernet and the HDMI here and up there on top where the TV's at, behind the TV. So let me reconnect this. So this is the cable that goes to the TV, and this is the cable from the PS5. And then this is the RCA cable. Oh shit. For the clip speaker. And let me unplug this. Don't worry about my cable management back here. Alright, I'm not done yet with this setup. Alright. So actually, let's put these receivers side by side. An idea of what we're coming from and what we're going to. So about the same size. I don't know why when I first opened this it looked like this was bigger. We're about the same size, same depth. So I guess that's pretty much standard. Man, this receiver served me well. Okay. Let's go ahead and install this now. Damn, she fun. I'll take those decals out, make it look refined. Alright, this cable will go here. Plug it in here. Light right there. That's looking good so far. We'll start with the HDMI cable going to the TV. We're gonna put it on a port designated for eARC. It's gonna be shit, which one is it? Oh, this one right here. Let me move this antenna so you guys can see it. HDMI, HDCP 2.3, TV ARC, ARC, whatever you call it. PS5. Should be a game port somewhere here. Right here. It's gonna be 4. Pretty sure you can plug it anywhere. You can just change the names. Probably doesn't matter. We'll hook up the subwoofer. This is the pre-out for the subwoofer. Top one is subwoofer 1. Bottom one is subwoofer 2. Oh shit, that scared me. Alright. Subwoofer 1. Where's our center? Center speaker. Put it right here. I love the banana cables. Makes everything so much easier. Makes it look real clean. These are actually really cheap. These are from Monoprice. These HDMI cables are also from Monoprice. They sell them for really cheap, and they're really good quality. And this is Monster cable. I'm really OCD with my brands. No good brand sells these for some fucking reason. Monoprice is the only one that's half decent, that makes good banana plugs, and even that makes consistent cables in different lengths. You know, this cable I actually made myself. This is a Mogami, very high quality studio grade cable, and this is a Nutric or Reen RCA plug that I soldered. It's a real thick cable, real nice. That's like studio grade right there. This is gonna be front left. What the hell? Front. Or this is front right. Sorry about that. Front right. It's on my right side. Okay. And then front left. All right. So that concludes all the connections. Okay, make sure it's nice and centered. Let's go ahead and take these decals out. All right, just turn her on for the first time. Okay, cable, satellite, one coax going on. Wow, this is a lot different than what I'm used to. Okay, setup assistance. Probably the only time I'm ever gonna use this remote that it comes with. So we have video feed into the TV. Let's do the basic setup. Next. Okay. Huh, like a how-to. This is wild. Okay. Yes. Yes. No surround speakers. And no high speakers. No top. Oh, that's for the Dolby Atmos right there. Nope. Yes. Left. Yup. Front, center, subwoofer. Awesome. Okay, test tone. Okay. Front left. Awesome. Okay, center. Right. Okay. Definitely has a subwoofer. Where's the effect? I'm gonna skip the Odyssey calibration. I don't want the video to be too long. Network setup, we'll skip that. I'm gonna hook up an Ethernet cable to that. Arc. Okay. Next. Yes. Next. Game. Yes. Turn on the device. Sorry guys, I don't want this video to be too long. So if you're interested in it still, keep watching. We're only gonna hook up one thing. I do want to do a sound test, which is the basic settings right out the box. Play some music. Turn on device, select next, verify you see video and audio. I don't see any video. Game. Oh, gotta click game. Or I gotta click next. Okay, turn it in a few seconds. Ready to see up here. Next. PlayStation 5. Okay, it will name it for me already. That's it. Usage data. Okay. I'm not gonna use that more than likely. I just play music through YouTube. Next. Fuck yeah. Okay. Okay. Denon. Okay, so let's go back to that PS5. Quick game. Okay, it says PS5 over there. PS5. Uh-oh. I need to put the TV. Oh, actually I already set it up. Alright. Now let's see. Just okay, that's good. So I already knew that it's connected to something different. So it's going through the setup again. Let me just do this real quick. Barely visible, barely visible. All right. Let's see if we can turn on HDR. I could already tell this screen is fucking legit. Oh shit. I don't even think HDR is on. Let's do resolution, 2160p. 120 hertz. Okay. Where the hell is the HDR? Right here. Always on. Before it wouldn't be on. Now it's always on. Wow. All right, let me turn this off. Oh fuck! Turn this shit off. Oh man, how the hell? All right, let's go ahead and play some music. See if the sound coming from the TV to the receiver works. So we'll go ahead and go to the TV. And then I'm pretty sure we have to click TV on this to make it go to the TV, but I'm hoping that when I go on YouTube, it'll just start playing. Aha! It did. Very happy about that. Let's play music. Okay, so it says it's playing in stereo. Let me see if there's a setting that I can change for like different settings on that thing. Maybe let me see what it's coming from. So I hear music coming from the floor standers, nothing from the centers. Subwoofer's working. So I want the center to work too. Let me see what I can do to change that. We'll click music. Dolby surround. Okay, there we go. So there's different settings on this. Multi-channel stereo. I think I'm gonna do the Dolby surround. Yep. Center working. Let me just sit back real quick and just enjoy this audio. Volume control is working. I'm using the TV remote, not this. However, both of them should be able to work. Okay, that works. Man, my neighbors are gonna be pissed.
Time to go do this. Sidelines can't be switching up like I'm Ray Lewis. For the young niggas watching, I'm rocking my jewelry.
I don't know if it's a placebo, but I feel like the sound quality is better. When you spend that much money on something, I guess you want to feel like it make a difference. Here's a big test. I want to make sure this thing can turn on and turn off whenever I turn the TV on and off. So we'll go and shut it off. Will it turn off? Awesome, turned off. Another test, turn back on and make sure that I can play audio right away. Okay, TV's on. It's on PlayStation 5, fuck. Let me change the input to, I don't want to turn on the PS5. Go HDMI 1, which is my camera system that's connected directly to the TV. So we'll just go there and then we'll go home so I can be on the smart TV. What is weird is it's not showing my camera system. Huh, that is actually strange. Usually my camera system shows up on HDMI 1, but let's see what happened. Go there. Something might have gotten plugged, so I'm not too worried about that. What was I gonna say? Back to home. I want to turn this PS5 off. Now that I'm on HDMI 1, that PS5 shouldn't turn on when I turn this on. So let me turn off this PS5 first. HDR, you see it on the corner? Okay, turn that shit off. I don't need that. Okay, we're in HDMI 1. Now I'm going to play some music again. And I'm going to shut her off. Perfect. Works. Turn it back on. Hope it doesn't turn on that PS5 again. Okay, it doesn't turn on the PS5. Awesome. Now let's go play some music again. So that's good. And then I also want to see, before I wrap up this video, I want to see what kind of audio, like Dolby or the different options for the audio when I'm watching Netflix. So we'll go play a movie on Netflix real quick. Play this. Okay, so let's see. This on Dolby Surround, which voice from the centers.
Well, actually, it's my family side.
And just surround on the side, exactly how it should be. Perfect. You don't want to run it on multi-channel stereo because it's just gonna play the same thing all around. Let's see what else they have for sound modes. Dolby Surround. Neural X, whatever that means. I gotta look these up. Mono movie stereo. But it looks like Dolby Surround is the one I'll be using. Especially when I'm using the Dolby Atmos. But wow. I'm really happy with this, guys. Hopefully I can sell this old receiver, this old bad boy, get some money back. There you have it. This is the Denon AVR-X1800H. So far I love it. I love the way it looks. I love the aesthetic of it. It has a little bit of gold, contrast with the copper I have over here. All in all, so far I'm really loving it. So thank you guys for watching, and maybe hopefully you guys will consider buying this same AV receiver for your guys' self. You guys have a good rest of your day. Thank you.